All right, now everyone is so excited about the future, AI to be specific, but actually close to 2 weeks, a week and a half ago, Geoffrey Hinton, who's been called the godfather of AI, left his role at Google to speak about the dangers of the technology he helped to develop. He now says a part of him regrets helping to make the systems that he fears could prompt the proliferation of misinformation and replace people in the workforce. And he said, actually says that he told himself and gave himself excuses. If I didn't build it, someone else would have done the same thing. And this is the issue of the friction between conscience and technology. And right now I'm joined by my good friend and a senior reporter at the economy desk, Peter Theory, who is also nerdy in some quarters. Peter, you know, this stuff of AI is quite fascinating. Everyone is talking about ChatGPT and whatnot. But you see the godfather here, he's given it a bow. Should we be concerned?
Think about it this way. You have a parent who has a kid and you brought up the kid thinking they're going to be beneficial to the future of, everybody. And then you give up on the kid because you realize you're grooming a kid that's going to be dangerous actually for the people if he collaborates with the wrong people. This is it. This person is 75 years old. He's been with Google for 10 years. And we understand that in those cultures where you really respect yourself, what you do is once you disagree with what's happening in the position you hold, you resign. Mm-hmm. You disown it, you resign, you say you don't want anything to do with this anymore. We're talking about AI so much, and to find somebody who's been involved this much, giving up on it, just tells you that the dangers that he thinks are associated with this technology in the future are just immense. It's not only him. We saw in March an open letter that's written by the likes of Elon Musk saying this technology is getting to a level which we did not intend to get it to. We've gotten to a level where if it lands in the wrong hands and these spam bots are everywhere, we will see cases of people being manipulated even more, misinformation being spread even more, governments being, democracies crumbling because everything will be at the mercies of those bad leaders. Think of it like a nuclear code.
Okay.
Once it lands in the wrong hands, then you're done, you're completely done. You'd rather run away from it before it gets to that point.
Yeah, but I see, technology is sort of a double-edged sword. So there are pros and cons to it, honestly looking at it. For AI and what we've seen, like the ChatGPTs now, quite fascinating, so much potential. How do we find balance? Do we go the policy way, the legislative way, try to contain? We've seen Europe has been very active, for example, with Facebook and these social media platforms. The other day we saw TikTok being questioned in the US Congress by their leaders. How do we find a sweet spot where humanity can benefit at the same time not be negatively impacted by this?
There's something you said at the start of this. You spoke about morality versus technology. How is this going to help people versus what are the negative impacts to it? We've seen TikTok debated a lot in the past and how it's influencing young girls, young children to stop believing in themselves and to take drastic action to feel like they fit in society because of those unreal standards. And we know some organizations get to a level where actually controlling them or combating their influence is nearly impossible. Talk Google, talk Microsoft, talk Facebook. When these people are summoned by the Congress, you realize they could probably not cooperate as much as we would think. They know just how powerful they are at that level. So at some stage, the biggest discussion right now is, can we do without AI? And because we have gotten to a point where we cannot, AI, robotics, Internet of Things, we're growing. We just can't go back down. Mm-hmm. The thing is, you look at how much we are able to do with what we have, how much we are able to probably prevent it from going to a level where it's going to, proliferate into the wrong people's hands. But also there is this, the jobs it's going to take away from people. That's, I think it's the biggest fear of all. Mm-hmm. You've seen that famous meme of when I realize AI is taking my job and you're happy, and then when I realize AI is taking my job and then you're sad, because it's going to make your work easier, but it's going to kick you out of the job. That's the belief. And I've seen statistics from the World Economic Forum 2020 saying that it's going to remove like 85, is it 85 probably million jobs by 2030 and create another 95 million.
Okay.
Or 97
so
million.
there's a net improvement.
Yes, there's something of a net improvement, but think of the 85 million that are scared their jobs could be taken away. From what I think as of now is the question of how we're going to prevent AI from taking over some of these things is such a hard question to answer right now. And that's why somebody who is as prominent as Dr. Geoffrey Hinton kind of finds the best way to do is to quit. People like Elon Musk fall out with people like Larry Page, because he said that Page is not taking AI as seriously as it should to try and combat negative effects of the technology. So I think that debate is a very difficult debate that needs more concerted effort among industry leaders. But the most pertinent question is to ask if AI is going to get to a level where it can take over so many human jobs and negatively impact human beings, especially through spam bots like we were saying. But something we cannot prevent is AI coming into effect and taking some jobs.
Exactly.
It's about how
and it reminds me of the song that we opened with. The Emperor, the Conqueror is here. We can refer it to AI. But thank you very much, Peter Theory.
Is the Emperor or the Conqueror?
Maybe in this context, you never know. But I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Next time. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So there we have Peter Theory, one of our senior reporters here. But at this particular moment, I'd like us to delve into BizChat, and one of the big stories actually today we have Dr. Alex Kamau, economist, entrepreneur. We also have